You're watching First 100 Days on TVC News. You can join the conversation if you use the hashtag First 100 Days on Twitter. Now, the federal government recently approved 5 billion naira for each state and the Federal Capital Territory, as well as grains to enable them procure food items for distribution to the poor in the respective states. In Osun State, we understand that government has inaugurated a standing committee constituted to deliberate and work out appropriate modalities for the distribution of food palliatives from the federal government.
8,000 should wait until the arrival of the remaining 14,320 before there will be any distribution. So please, we want to assure the public that the rice is intact. The 3,000 that arrived is still intact. Nobody touch it.
The other 14,000 over 14,000.
Osun State Commissioner for Information, Kolapo Alimi, joins me now for more on this development. Honorable, thank you so much for finding time to join us on the program. So correct the figure if it's wrong. We hear that the Osun State government was quoted to be expecting over 14,000 bags of 50 kg rice and 3,200 metric tons of maize. Is that accurate?
Yes, you are very correct.
So out of the 14,000, you have taken delivery of how many?
No, the point is this. The first batch is just about 3,050 kg bags of rice. We have taken delivery of all the 3,000. The second batch is 14,000 plus 50 kg bags of rice, plus 3,200 metric tons of maize. So we have not taken delivery of anything out of the second batch. So yesterday, we inaugurated, the Deputy Governor inaugurated a committee on that palliative. The main function of that committee was actually to discuss the templates to be used for the distribution of the rice, most especially the one at hand, the 3,050 kg bags of rice. However, when the committee discovered that we are still expecting about 14,000 plus more, plus a 3,200 metric ton of maize, they decided that it would be wise for the state to wait until the arrival of the entire stock, which will amount to 17,050 kg bags of rice.
And exactly the point, that's what the opposition has an issue with. The opposition has berated your government of keeping these palliatives, and according to them, that the Osun State government is subjecting people to more hardship. Their position is, why not distribute what you have? And how are you also responding to stories of these bags being diverted?
Well, first and foremost, we are dealing with opposition in Osun. To me, with great respect to them, that are not reasonable, because when you see the committee inaugurated for this palliative, you have the state chairman of a CAN as a member, the state chairman of a Muslim community as a member, the Yaloja, they are represented there. People with disability, special needs, they are members of this community, of this committee. The the civil servants, the chairman of TUC in Osun is a member of that committee. You have the chairman of pensioners. So what I want to know, all the stakeholders, non-politicians, they are majority of them are members of that committee. And if in their own wisdom, they discover that in Osun, now we are having 3,000 bags of rice, 50 kg. Yes, but we have 30 local government in Osun. If we divide 3,000 by that 30, you have 100 bags of rice per local government. If you now divide it, let us use a local government with 10 wards. We have some local government in Osun with 15 wards, but let us use 10. That means the 100 divided by 10 will give 10 bags of rice to a particular ward. In a particular ward in Osun, you have communities as large as about 10, 15 communities making a ward. So that means if a community now want to get rice, community will get at most.
Honorable
a
Commissioner,
bag
you
of
are
rice.
saying that distributing what you currently have is going to be quite insignificant, compared to the needs of the people.
That is the rationale, my brother.
But now that
is
you
the
have,
rationale behind.
I hear you, Commissioner.
Yes.
But now that you have decided to wait to take delivery of all of the bags, do you have an idea of how long more the Osun people will have to wait?
Yes. We are talking about at most from what we are hearing from Abuja, latest time in the next 2 weeks. The committee, in their own wisdom, which happen to be the stakeholders in this state, if they decide that it will be meaningless for the government to be now be sharing cup of rice and call it palliatives, then why should anybody now think playing opposition without being reasonable? So all these kind of talks has no place in Osun. The people know that even before the advent of Governor Adeleke as the governor, the Adeleke dynasty in Osun, well known for their philanthropic nature, they used to distribute rice. So it's not new, but if you want to do something, you have to do something reasonable. Take it now. Take 100 bags of rice to a local government with 15 wards and distribute and see what significant effect will it have. So the people, those who matters, I told you when you look at the composition of that committee, that you discover that yes and yes, they are very reasonable. And that was the reason why we asked them to address the press themselves.
I hear you, Honorable Commissioner, and I think that your point is also very well noted. So we asked our viewers on Twitter to ask you a few questions. One of them, at Alaro for You, says, what's the arrangement for people with disabilities to get their own palliative without stress? And what's the plan of the state government for people with disabilities in government? I think you answered that earlier, saying that you have them well represented in this committee.
Yes,
so let's move on quickly.
Members.
Because of our time, Honorable Commissioner, let's move on quickly. The governors, during one of the national, one of the NEC meetings, actually did favor a different social register from the one used by the previous administration. So I'm just concerned to know, does Osun have a social register it's working with for this distribution? We're going to get back to the Honorable Commissioner for Information in Osun State.
Hello, I'm with you.
Oh,
I'm with you now. I'm with you now.
So I was asking if there is a social register that the Osun State government is working with for this distribution.
There is, but for this one, the template that we are going to use is going to be worked out by that committee because we believe that register needs to be updated. But what we want to do is that all the committee set up at the state will have to replicate that kind of committee at the local government. They will now be able to identify the poorest of the poorest. The churches, they know the poorest of the poorest. The mosque, they know the poorest of the poorest. These people with special needs, they know the poorest of the poorest among them. The pensioners, they know the poorest of the poorest among them. So the template with which it will be distributed will have to be worked out by that committee. That is the main reason why we set up the committee. If we want to rely on that data, it needs to be updated because it has been collated quite a long time ago. It might not be useful this time around.
All right. So I'm just wondering, how long will it take them to come up with a totally different list?
No, those committees, when you see the people in that committee, they are men of integrity. If you want to come up with register, that one will take up time. But the committee, as I told you, they have people with special needs. They have their people all over the state. When we constitute that of the local government, they will be there. Now, the pensioners, they have their people across the state. When the local government committee is constituted, they will be there. The NLC, the workers, the yardlodgers. So those people are the ones that will give us the template and will let the whole world know about that template. This is how they want to distribute. This is the one that will go to the people with special needs in social local government. This is the one that is going to the pensioner in social local government. Even to the journalists, they know the poorest of the poorest among them. So it's not going to be hidden. We are going to be transparent about it. And we are not going to use politics for it.
You can answer this in just 1 minute. The last time we heard from the governors, They mentioned that 2 billion naira out of the 5 billion have been disbursed. But it sounds like you are saying you haven't received the kobo. What's the situation right now in Osun?
I know that is what from our account, we learned 5 billion naira will be given. But that 5 billion naira that out of which is like 4 billion naira will go to be the actual amount that will hit the account. Other will come in form of food and so on and so forth. And out of which we learned 2 billion naira has been disbursed. But from our accountant general, it has not hit the account. Maybe it's just the process. So when it hits the account, we let the whole world know that as it is today in Osun. So that is what we are saying. And if eventually I'm informed, any moment I'm informed about it, we'll make release. Let the whole world know that out of so amount to be given to the state, so amount has hit the account. That was yesterday. That was what the information given to us from the
Osun State Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Kolapo Alimi, thank you for talking to us on the program this evening.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.